For your literary analysis, you need to start by understanding what a literary analysis is. So, a literary analysis is simply something that happens when someone reads a text and makes connections between the work of literature and some universal truth. What it's like to be a human being can be considered a universal truth, something that we all have in common. So the universal truth that you discover when you are reading a work of literature is what you will identify as the theme of that work. And a text can have more than one theme, but the literary analysis essay you write should focus on only one theme of the text. So ignore all the other themes and just focus on the one theme of the text. And then you're going to use parts of the work of literature and outside resources, if required, to explain how the text conveys that theme or shows that theme to readers. And you want to look for the ways that it doesn't do so obviously, so that you will be explaining throughout your essay how that little bit of text or a certain chosen word maybe conveys that theme in a layered and meaningful way. So give yourself the opportunity to explain the theme and how it's conveyed in the work of literature by looking for the less obvious ways it does so. So when you are thinking of the literary analysis and looking for the theme, you might ask yourself, how do the things in this text, the work of literature, mirror things in real life in a way that may shine a light on a problem or highlight something good? So it may be that the work of literature makes you ask questions. It may not necessarily give an answer, a clear answer, but some possible answers. And that's a good way to analyze the work of literature, is to suggest what the questions or the main question being asked is, the one that stands out to you as the theme, and then offer some evidence for possible answers within that same text by looking at the choice of words or phrases very closely. So you're going to be looking closely at the work of literature. For a literary analysis of a song, you're going to print the lyrics of the song. The song is the primary source. It's the source you're analyzing. And you need to print the lyrics because you have to number each line, because you're going to cite the lines when you quote the lines in your essay. And you're going to quote some lines of the song in each body paragraph. If you are not sure what kind of theme to even start looking for, you might read the title of the song and make a note about what the title of the song tells you about what might be the theme. And then with any literary analysis, you want to read the work several times so that you have time to really think about it with each reading, and you'll discover new things each time you read through. You also want to take notes on that work of literature. Underline anything that seems like an interesting word or phrase to you. Define unfamiliar words, or look at familiar words used in unfamiliar ways, and check for multiple meanings of words and phrases, because this adds layers to the meaning of the text as well. For the literary analysis of a song, I'm asking you to look for allusions. So we're going to focus just on this one literary device, allusions. And allusions reference another time, another place, person, event, or another work of art even. It could be another work of literature. So take a look, see what names are dropped. That's how I think of it, name dropping. They may not really explain the lyrics may not explain why that name is used or referenced, but you will create your interpretation based on what you know or research about the names that you find or the other references. The other highlighted piece here says, make note of anything that makes you question why the lyricist put a word or phrase in the song. So especially regarding allusions, because these allusions that you find will become your search terms for your secondary sources. And your secondary sources will be how you research the allusions to apply what you understand about those things to your interpretation of the song. Allusions are simply brief references to certain people, places, ideas, other works of literature, other works of art, political movements. Those are all allusions. And allusions are used to add layers of meaning, to express more complex ideas or emotions. If somebody brings up a movie that you loved as a child, that brings up certain emotions. So authors use allusions the same way to either convey a certain feeling or mood or emotion, or to make a commentary on whatever topic or theme they are exploring in the work of literature. So look for how the allusions apply to the theme that you are exploring or suggesting the writer is exploring in the work of literature, or the song in this case. And to do that, you may ask yourself why the author wrote the song in this way at this time. Okay? Think about what was happening in the world at the time the author wrote the song, and think about what messages. A lot of literary critics don't like the term messages, but it's okay to think of it that way. Think of the term messages if it helps you come up with a certain theme. Okay? Think about the tone of the song. That may help you understand the theme better. And try to think of a one-sentence summary of the theme so that you can describe it in a way that really is concise and expresses a concise idea for the theme. And then use 3 allusions to express how that theme is conveyed throughout the song. Okay, as I've said before, allusions are good search terms. So whatever names of places, people, political movements, historical events, things like that, that you see in the song or even referenced without actually naming that thing, then you can use those exact names, or you can use what you know to be sort of alluded to by more subtle means to look up that event or that person and explain how that adds a layer of meaning and contributes to the theme of the song. Make sure as you're doing your research, using those search terms that you have devised from finding allusions in the song, do the works cited as you go. I always say do the works cited as you go, because you may find an article and then never find it again. So find the article, save it as a PDF to your computer, email it to yourself, not just the links, the actual downloaded article, and go ahead and do the works cited as you go, or you may lose your research and be frustrated that you wasted that time. All right, so as you do your research, you may even be able to have a better understanding of the theme, and that theme is going to be part of your working thesis. So themes can be more general as you start, like love and relationships, or respect, growth, experiences, social status, power. Many things can be sort of the more general theme, but you want a sentence that expresses what the song says about relationships or respect or love or experiences or social status or power or any of those sort of broader ideas or themes. So we are going to focus simply on allusions. You don't have to mention any other literary devices, but certainly if you would like to, as an added bonus, you certainly can. That would make me happy. But I'm really just wanting to see that you can see the implied meaning of the song and read more than just the words on the page, but understand what's implied by the author when the author uses allusions in the text. All right, so email me if you have any questions, and good luck.